and welcome to episode 11 of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and where for this segment we are going to do the stage tournament, as we have already completed our first tournament now. We've beaten all of the progressional street racers in San Diego now, so all that's really left for us to do is to get on with the club races and also the tournament races. And what we are going to do from here is use our Dodge SRT4 because, well, we basically spent a ton of money on making sure that we got all of the Stage 2 upgrades, and we pretty much have all of them except for the engine upgrade. And here, by the way, is the clip of me on my previous attempt of recording purchasing all those upgrades. So let's see if we've got enough money to max out this thing. And yes, we do. And there's also level 3 tyres, but that doesn't really matter. We're just gonna put those parts on, and we are just gonna head over to the San Diego stage tournament. Okay, now that we've got that little dally-hoo out the way, let's try and see if we can put together a palpable effort in our second tournament, which is going to be the stage tournament, and where hopefully, if it's possible, I can manage to actually get away without being brutalized.
Órale, let me see what you got now.
Hopefully, Oscar, I have a little bit more than what I had before. So this is the stage tournament. Race all 3 stages individually, then race all 3 together. After this grueling event, a classic Chevy will be yours. And if we win the stage tournament, we will get a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Hopefully, if it's possible, I can actually manage to get the Bel Air without being fucked too many times by the traffic.
Beat this guy, and you'll get to meet his club, the Original Riders.
And Vito is now popped up on the Atlanta map, for whatever reason. We'll get back to that when we get back to that. Anyway, time to get on with the stage tournament, and hopefully, if it's possible this time, maybe win it. And not get completely screwed over by the traffic like I was before. So we got 2 Lancer Evos, 1 350Z. I think there's probably another 350Z in the field somewhere. And I'm just gonna hang back for a little bit because I have a strong feeling that says I might know what's gonna happen here. Even though I might have to restart. God damn it. I think I might have left it too late. Okay. You know what? I want to try that again. I think I was a little slow. I kind of want to try that again now. Because I almost had it, but then I ran into the back of him. Let's go again. Yes, I'm quite sure. Oh, we have a Corvette in the field as well. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. I did show you my first attempt at this, but that's only because this race is really short. And also because I just have the urgency to try this again. So I at least know what the full field is now. and there's going to be slightly less visibility than what we had before. So you know what? I'm not going to waste time. I'm just going to take off and just hope it works. Because if I am going to make this work, I need to stay away from the traffic as much as I possibly can. And guess exactly what I do not do. Although it doesn't matter because I just won. Beating Tamara to the line in the Corvette. And then Lucy 3rd, Bennett 4th, and Jalil 5th. Wow, that was intense. But I'm so glad I actually won at that time. Okay, now we're gonna continue. And this time we've got a circuit race. So we at least know that we're turning laps this time. Unlike the basic half-mile track race we had before. I think that's what it was. But anyway. Okay, so 2 Evos, 1 350Z, and 1 Corvette is our competition here. That's actually pretty fitting, to be honest. I could not control the understeer. I really tried to, though. Oh, I get it now, it's just a loop. We're essentially doing a loop-de-loop around here. Oh, I get scraped. Just a little bit, though. And just to be safe, I'll do that, and do that again, so I don't overshoot the turn. And I do lead the second lap. Really wanting to make sure that I at least win 2 out of 3 of these races if possible. And also holding my nitrous until I really need it. Or the slipstream turbo, that also works. And all that took was 57 seconds. We basically did 3 laps around the block, essentially. And Tamara this time finished in last, as opposed to him finishing second before. So I win in the end by 0.76 over Jalil, then Lucy 3rd, Bennett 4th, and Tamara, after finishing second in the first race, dropped to 5th and last in the second race. So 16 points to me, 8 points to Lucy. We've got a tie for 3rd between Jalil and Tamara, and Bennett is last with just 4 points. So, suffice to say, I've pretty much got this cinched, because I'm 8 points clear, and if it comes down to win differential, then I am pretty sure I have won that battle as well, because I won 2 out of 3.
Don't be getting all cocky on me now.
Oscar, have I ever been cocky on you? I'm gonna be honest, that was actually a really good race. That was definitely a thrilling battle for the win in the end. And I really had to want it if I was gonna get it. I really had to make sure that I was minimizing the mistakes as much as I possibly could. And I also was able to do that in a lot of ways by just running up front and making sure my ride was able to just get through the turns. Even though we were basically just running rectangles around the block essentially. But nonetheless, it was a straight up fight, and I wound up winning that fight. And I really had to want it as well. And even though the understeer did try to patronize my efforts I did everything I could to basically come back and time it right. And to give myself assurance, I also used my nitrous right at the end to secure it. So we're 2 out of 3 wins to the good, and because the AI has ever continued to be inconsistent, that also helps me out because no matter what happens here, I've pretty much got the stage tournament cinched. Even if I do finish last, because I will still score a point. So 1 race to go. Pretty much don't care what happens now, as long as I am able to at least finish not too far behind whoever the winner is. Oh, I kind of mistimed that there for a moment, but it's okay. I managed to get away with minimal damage, somehow. Even though I will say I kind of needed to get lucky with there not being too much traffic. But it's okay. And using the Slipstream Turbo to my advantage. I don't think this is going to be a sweep. Nope. Oh, never mind. It is a sweep. I really tried to lose that race, but I somehow came out on top. And Tamara, after finishing second in the first race, he's now dropped well down the order. So, victory in the end by 0.04 over Jalil, Bennett third, Lucy fourth, and Tamara finished fifth and last with a 47.36. So, rather surprisingly, a clean sweep in the stage tournament. 24 points to me, 13 points to Jalil, 10 points to Lucy, and we had a tie for fourth between Bennett and Tamara, as Bennett ultimately gets the tiebreaker between the two. So 24, 13, 10, and 2 8s are your final point scores for the stage tournament in my playthrough.
Oh, now you think you're in the game, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Oscar. One thing I do know for sure is I have got a clear advantage over everyone else now. And it turns out we do have 1 more race to go. Oh, it's 4 races. Okay, whatever. I pretty much have it cinched no matter what now, because I've got an 11-point advantage over everyone else in this. Won 3 out of 3 races so far. I doubt it's going to be 4 for 4, but nonetheless, I have pretty much got it cinched no matter what. So, I pretty much just have to finish the race. And then everything will pretty much be as it should. Knowing that I have got this cinched and I'm not having to deal with any pressure from the AI. Knowing that my lead at this point is pretty much insurmountable. Which is always good to have, especially in this game. And it is a long one as well, so the game is currently having a hard time trying to process all the chaos. But it's okay, because not using the Slipstream Turbo here because the turn is too tight, and I might also miss the turn otherwise. And also because I knew that was going to happen. Although it doesn't really matter, because I have already got it clinched anyway. Plus it's a long race, so I think I can still come back and maybe win this, if I'm lucky. Really doesn't matter what happens from here, as long as I finish. That's all that really matters. And it also helps to have a zone if possible, because then that way you can successfully get the touchdown result you want. Gonna be a close one, but I might be able to get this one if I can just keep him out of my draft. And I do for just long enough. So somehow, some way, it is 4 for 4 in the stage tournament. So Bennett, in the end, finishes second, with Tamara finishing third, only his second podium after, unless it's a she. Actually, I think Tamara is a girl's name. Well, whatever. Tamara gets his or her first podium since the Stage 1 race. Jalil finished in fourth, and it was Lucy who finished last in the final stage race, winning in the end by 0.16 over Bennett. Now let's look at our points. So, 4 out of 4 in the stage tournament for me and my blue Dodge. Jalil finishes second in the end with 15 points, Bennett third with 14, Tamara fourth with 12 points in the end, and Lucy finishes fifth and last with 11 points. That is all very, very nice indeed, and we're now up to $6,825 in our bank. And we've now got the Chevrolet Bel Air. Let's fucking go. It also means I can now put the engine upgrade on this thing that I really need. I already got a replay, so let's just go and get our new ride.
It's a 57, baby. An American classic Chevy Bel Air. It's beautiful.
I'm sure it is, Oscar. And whilst I personally prefer the Ford Thunderbird over the Chevrolet Bel Air, I definitely understand how iconic the Chevy Bel Air really is. And I do appreciate its heritage very much. So there we go. You know what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And because we now behold... That's not where I wanted to go. And because we now behold a Chevrolet Bel Air, we are now going to go and look at it. Because we can. And also because after this we have one more tournament to go. So, here it is. The Chevrolet Bel Air from 1957. I do also quite like those tail fin designs that they used to have on muscle cars back in the 50s and 60s. Although some people might consider the tail fin design to be archaic, I consider it to be quite a useful feature to have when it comes to looks. I mean, a lot of American muscle cars back then in the post-World War II boom, boom, as it was in both the 50s and 60s for America. This one pretty much encapsulates that era perfectly. And now we're just going to switch back to the Dodge because I need to get the engine upgrade fitted, and then afterwards I can just go and show you the updated stats. So, just gonna do myself a favour and get this final level 2 upgrade fitted. And now the game is gonna autosave, and we are gonna go back to the main menu to look at our updated stats. Excuse me while I remove this bit from the video. And so these are now our updated stats. So, did need to do one restart in the end for that first race, only because I just felt like I had the urgency to go and win. But whatever. We're now up to 42 career mode victories, along with 61 race restarts now. We've won 2 tournaments, our skill rating is currently 33, and in terms of our overall progress, we are now 16% done with the game, and in terms of cash earned, we're now up to 220,000 in dollars. Nice. And that will do it for this episode of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. If you enjoyed, you know the drill. Please like, please subscribe if you want to see more, and maybe leave your thoughts down below in the comment section if you feel inclined enough to do so. And we will see you again next time for more Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition tournament racing.